Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a pretty quick video. I realized I haven't made a video in a while. I've been really busy, a lot busier than I anticipated being. So yeah, it was summertime, or it is summertime, so I knew I was gonna have 4 weddings this summer. So I've already gone through 2 of them. I still have 2 more that will be in July, and those are always really busy. For one of them, I was actually like a bridesmaid, so I actually had to like sort of stand up there. But for the other one, I was in the bridal party, but I didn't have to stand up on the stage, so that was really good, especially since it was an outside wedding and on the beach, and it was horrible, because it was like 90-something degrees, and I wasn't doing well. But yeah, so I've had weddings I've been in, let's see, I had a couple of funerals I ended up having to go to that were very unexpected. There was 2 pretty tragic deaths here in the area of a 4-year-old and a 16-year-old, both which I knew. So that was pretty unexpected. One of them was actually like a freak accident, but it's okay. Let's see, 3 weeks ago, it was the week after like I made my last video, I started back at work. I actually only worked for 6 hours that first week. I worked 6 hours the week after. This week, I only worked 6 hours this week too. Or I was only supposed to. I only actually worked like 3. Because I ended up getting really symptomatic while I was there, and I passed out while sitting on a stool, which doesn't surprise me that I passed out, but the fact that I did it in front of the cardiologist and the cardiology nurse practitioner, that's always like really crazy. I'm really like, I can no longer call Kathy the evil nurse practitioner. She's actually, since I saw her in November and she saw some of my heart monitor results since then, she's actually become very concerned. Especially since I about passed out last time I was in their office and she was there. But yeah, so that was graceful to say the least. But I got to go home after that because my blood pressure was pretty bad, and the cardiologist wanted me to go home and rest. So I did that. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of soccer, so I think that's actually what's filled up most of my time. It's the UEFA 2012 Euro Cup. So, go Germany! Sorry, I had to add that in. So yeah, that's spending most of my time right now is watching the games for that. But that will be over next weekend, which I'm really bummed about, but that's okay. Let's see, what else have I been doing? It's been crazy. Crazy month. I can't remember most of June. It's gone by so fast. I got my cardiologist to actually listen to me, which I thought was rather impressive, especially since last time I saw him, he told me the Prozac wasn't doing anything, like, in the way of making me feel worse and making my symptoms worse. He actually told me to stop blaming the Prozac, because I called him and I was like, dude, I just got, like, super burnt from being outside for 20 minutes, and I was, like, blistered sunburn, and he was like, it's not the Prozac, you need to stop. And I had kind of remembered from when I was taking Celexa that antidepressants and stuff like that, SSRIs especially, make you very photosensitive to the sun, especially to the sun. And so, actually on Thursday, after I kind of had my little episode there, I took him down to the hospital pharmacist in the pharmacy down there, and I talked to one of the hospital's pharmacists, and I asked, you know, if the medicine could have caused me to get this sunburn, because I was still really red, and it had been probably 5 or 6 days at this point, and he said, yeah, it causes you to be very photosensitive. And so while I was there, I had him go through the rest of my medicines and make sure nothing else was going bad, especially, and, you know, Dr. Lee stayed there during that, and he actually had to tell Dr. Lee that the medicines he put me on were a very bad combination and they should not be taken together, and that he needed to change something because this is why I was crashing so badly. To the point where I've been eating like 10 packs of salt a day. Like the little packs you get at like you can like McDonald's. I just kind of picked them up at the hospital. But on top of that, eating like anything salty I can find. Like, and my blood pressures have still been pretty low. But I'm learning to function a little better with them, but still they shouldn't be that low. But yeah, he listened. He was just like, I'm sorry that I didn't listen when you told me this, but thank you for getting me to listen. Especially since next week's his last week here, and now I finally get him to actually coherently listen. So I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work, but he does want to wean me off of the Prozac. So over the next month, I'm going to slowly decrease the frequency of taking it. So like I take it every day, and then he wants me to start for the next like 2 weeks every other day, and then it will be every like 2 days for the next week, and then every 3 days for the next week, and then after that he said I'm done. So that's exciting because we decided that the beta blocker was more important than the Prozac, which I agree. So I'll be completely off of it before I actually see Dr. Hordes, who is going to be my new cardiologist up here. So we'll be prepared for whatever he has to throw at me. So, yeah. I have at least heard very, very good things about Dr. Hordes, and I've met him. He is very dorky and geeky, and it's really funny, but he is so incredibly knowledgeable about cardiology stuff in general that it's scary. And the fact that he takes the time to even explain stuff to the nurses when they have questions. Most of the doctors are kind of just give it general, and he like goes in depth discussions about it. So I'm actually really excited to get to see him in August. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I can't think right now. It's like 9 something and I'm tired. I took a shower and I'm wiped. Oh, we're gonna try to get me IV fluids. That was the last thing. But the problem is there's nowhere in town to do them or to get them, and so yeah, I do not want to port. So that's going to make getting IV fluids at home hard, and I don't want to do them at home because all the time I act like my body reacts kind of funky to them. And so I usually have to be monitored when I get any type of IV fluids anyway. So I would have to do it in some sort of infusion center or something. And the only option that we have in town is the emergency room. Because they don't give IV fluids at the cancer center. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out. Right now it's on the back burner until they can figure out something else to do. So, I don't know. It might be that I end up having to go sit at a doctor's office all day and get them. But we don't know yet. It's still early stages of planning. But I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I think that's really all I have. I think I'm rambling now. So I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm in the process of trying to catch up on about like a month's worth of videos. So, yeah. Hope everyone is doing well, though. I haven't started, so I will talk to y'all later.